Like, I guess I could do another one chip. I guess, but it was like terrible. Like, it's actually some of the worst pain I've endured. I've broken my leg in multiple spots before, but that was terrible. Because it's more of a discomfort. Like, when I broke my leg, it was like a pain, yeah, but it wasn't, not to that level of discomfort. Like, I could, if I held my leg still enough, it wouldn't hurt. There's nothing you could hold still enough to get your tongue to stop hurting until it's over with, and it lasts like an hour. Dumbass brother touched his eye after eating the hot chip, and it got in his eye, and we dumped milk in his eye over the sink. That was funny as hell. How did I break my leg? That's a great story. So unfortunately, me breaking my leg in turn ruined a birthday party. So I was out in Illinois, but the place in Illinois I was at, it was 3 hours in. I went all the way over there. I stayed the weekend at my cousin's house for his birthday party, which he's in the chat. He's in the chat right now. It's funny that this keeps getting brought up. I feel like this got brought up like last stream or the one before it. But I showed up for his house in the weekend, and I stayed the weekend. And on the last day of my stay, we went to a trampoline park. This was the main event of the whole weekend. We were so excited. I was vlogging the shit back in the day when I was like, however old I was. I was a little ass kid. To the trampoline park, and I was so hyped because I had learned how to do a backflip prior to that. So I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna do a backflip. Everyone's gonna think it's crazy, and we're gonna have a great day at the trampoline park, right? So we get there, I'm all excited, whatever, and I'm like, all right, first things first, I'm hitting my backflip, and then we all run to the foam pit, right? Oh no, Ja thought he was him. Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, all right, I'm gonna hit my backflip, and I run to the foam pits. I jump on the trampoline. I try to flip into the foam pit, right? I'm gonna give you a visual representation here, bro. This trampoline, this foam pit, right? I'm doing my backflip, and I do it, but on the way down, like I backflip, I mean, and I hit my knee on the wood and metal part, like right at the fucking brink of my knee, at the growth plate, bro. At the growth plate. So I hit that shit full force. Like, I went more up than I went out, so I didn't make it into the fucking thing. I went up and hit like a fucking dumbass. I start just getting out like normal. I feel fine. But then in 3 seconds, I shit you not, bro, I go from perfectly fine to this pain started growing, and it just didn't stop. And it just overtook me, and I start instantaneously crying because, bro, like, I've never felt 1 to 10 like that. And mind you, I'm in a foam pit. That shit is hard as hell to get out of anyway. That's not something that you can just get out. So with a broken fucking leg, I'm in the middle of this foam pit screaming, right? Everyone comes running up. They're like, what the fuck did you do? I'm like, dude, I don't know. It hurts really bad. And my cousin's mom comes out, and she's like, oh my God, oh my God. She calls my mom, and they're talking on the phone, and I'm screaming. My mom's freaking the fuck out, thinking that, like, I'm about to die or some shit. She didn't know where we were at yet. I get rushed all the way back to my house 3 hours away. And in the car, bro, oh my God, I'll never forget this. I will never forget this. In the car, I'm going to take off the headset for this. In the car, I'm sitting there like this, and I'm holding my leg in position, right? And the problem is, we hit a bump, and my leg, I shit you not, in the car goes like this, and it straightens entirely. It was like this, it goes, and I scream louder than I've ever screamed in my life. I felt the bones shifting in my knee. Like, I felt the crackle of, like, shit moving. I was like, oh my God, like, dude, something's wrong. They literally put me in a wheelchair. Get my x-rays, getting on the table was ass. Like, it was a whole thing, bro. It was a whole thing. So glad that's over with, bro. Like, I was in a cast that went from above the middle of my thigh. It was like here, and it went all the way around my foot. Bro thought he was the main character. Turns out he was a side character. Bro, I wasn't even a side character. I was the fucking laughing stock that shows up for one scene to die and then like is never shown again. That's what I was. You know that character that's like he shows up in the movie for a second and everyone's like,
"Oh, who's this dude?"
And then they kill him off and it's like, "Oh, I guess that didn't fucking matter." Like that was me. Fucking ridiculous, dude. It's like the most powerful character who could save them and then gets killed off so fast we couldn't learn. Exactly. It's like, I'm here to save the day. And then he gets fucking popped in the head. And then there's no point to him even coming to save the day because it's over. Yeah, that's the story of how I broke my leg. So fucking bad. But I still think the one chip challenge was more like physically uncomfortable. Like that hurt really fucking bad. But like I said, there's nothing to stop hurting it. When it comes to the one chip, you just gotta, like, your mouth is just on fire for 30 minutes. He was the distraction for the main character and his group to escape, and we never see the powerful character ever again. In the very end, in the small cutscene, he somehow lived. Right. Bro, you ever seen Rick and Morty? It's like when they're in that Rick and Morty episode where everybody's, like, tricking them that they are a part of their lives, but they're just aliens manipulating them. Like these random characters no one's ever seen. They show up in the thing, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, this is this person," and then Rick shoots them, and they're like, "Holy shit, he was never a part of our family." I'm like Mr. Poopy Butthole who got shot in that scene, and everyone finds out, "Oh shit, he was real the whole time," and then at the end, he's like, "We thought he was dead," but then he comes up in crutches. That's what it looked like. By the way, fuck crutches, bro. I had crutches for like ever. It was for like the entirety of 6th grade. It was when I started 6th grade. The summer leading into 6th grade is when I broke my leg. So I show up to school, gimping around. People have to take me from class to class, which was fire because I got to leave 5 minutes early. And one of the people I got to leave 5 minutes early with, guess who it was, bro? Guess who I would choose to take my books with me so that he could get out of class too? Guess. Didn't choose him every time because it had to be someone in the class I was in. But when I had him in a class, you know he took me. I'll give you a hint. He streams. The person who would help me from class to class was none other than Schmack himself, bro. Knew it. I was thinking him. Yes, sir. Crazy, bro. I've known that man my whole life. Damn near. But alright, chat. That was a great story time, and I'm glad we got to play Skate today.